With Bad Boy Records dominating the industry, Tupac's music, vision, and purpose was on the verge of being pushed out. A lot of radio stations refused to play Tupac or the Outlaws or anybody affiliated with him during this period, even going as far as to blame him for the chaos between East and West and for the death of the Notorious BIG 6 months later. Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur, was also in a tug-of-war with Death Row Records over the rights to Tupac's music. But nevertheless, timeless music can't be suppressed, and Tupac was just a one-of-a-kind artist. Amaru Records, headed by Afeni Shakur, tested the waters by releasing the Are You Still Down?, an album full of Tupac material recorded from 1992 to 1994 that was unreleased. The public was able to see many sides of Tupac: passionate, revolutionary, player, romantic, and someone with substance. The hit songs Do for Love, Are You Still Down with John B, and Wonder If I Haven't Got a Ghetto introduced the audience to different shades of Tupac's artistry, and the public fell back in love with it. It was when Death Row Records released Tupac's greatest hits was where Tupac's legacy was implemented, and it also gave the Outlaws some new life.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, killing, he's a hero. Get it to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take my brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on. That's just the way it is.
Amaru Records will release the album Still I Rise in 1999, which was recordings the Outlaws had made with Tupac during the Death Row era with repolished production. This was what the Outlaws really needed to really get back in the game. And with Tupac music generating more sales, the Outlaws were starting to get some shine once again. But there were still issues that they had with Tupac enemies, and they would take his warpath on the later albums such as Until the End of Time and Better Days. The Outlaws still had bones to pick with the industry, and they made it clear on the October 2000 issue that XXL to either get down or lay down. What's the deal, y'all? This your man King Eric, the Media Assassin, coming at y'all with another video. So, in case everybody know, I'm doing the documentary on the Outlaw story. So I want to read y'all this article here. These niggas was with the smoke. And this came from XXL Magazine 2000. And it says here, EDI and partners Napoleon Castro and Young Noble are situated in a lounge in Burbank, California Enterprises studio. The Tupac proteges are explaining that why they have problems with Detroit's most famous rapper at the time, which was Eminem. And Idi Amin said this. He said, you could talk about Christina Aguilera and all them, Idi Amin continues angrily, but keep Pac name out your mouth because that's dangerous for your health. See, the Outlaws didn't appreciate Eminem saying that he likes to Pac kill on Busta Rhymes from Missy Misdemeanor Elliott's 1999 album The Real World. And they certainly didn't appreciate Marshall Mathers, the title where he said, leaning out the window with a cop shotgun, driving up the block in the car where they shot Pac in. He said some shit that made me believe he's gay, because every time I hear him, he has Pac name in his mouth, Napoleon adds heatedly. We feel he's on some disrespectful-ish, because we don't hear him doing that ish about Biggie. Below is the rest of the interview. He is just annoying us right now, Idi Amin says, as is overstating the obvious. He's getting on our nerves. But the melanin-deprived rapper isn't the only one that the Outlaws vex. In fact, there's a list of pop biters that the crew has issues with. Master P, he could stole a whole rap book from 1984 Castro Films. He could kick 30 of them raps. His brother C Murder, he took a song that wasn't even released, remade it on his last album, and then dedicated to Pac. He was like, I'm gonna steal your song, but I'm gonna dedicate it to you. I don't know what they're thinking or what it's called. I don't listen to their music. Ja Rule, He don't know what he wants to be. Castro continues, slightly calmer. Ja Rule will give up and say, Pac influenced me. But Master P, C Murder, they act like they own their style. They'll say that C Murder don't even sound like Pac in every magazine. And now they got crazy. Another fake Pac. And the drama continues. We got a hit list of niggas that say if they don't holler at us, there's going to be problems, Napoleon declares. Mobb Deep can't clear that up. Eminem, we want to hear what he got to say. A lot of people don't know what we're listening. When they get on mixtapes and talk ish, our people call us. Like when Nas said Thug Life is mine on Mobb Deep's Is Mine from 1999 Murder Music, those words the Outlaws say erase all the goodwill Nas established in 1999 with a shout out on Pac's I Am album. on Nas's I Am We Will Survive. If you give up and say Pac is your favorite rapper, even Eminem, then it's cool, EDI said. We understand that. Everybody got an idol, but they don't want to say it. In an age where a friend of a superstar seems to have a record deal, the Outlaws are contractionless. Despite being Tupac best friends and despite the platinum success of Still I Rise, their 1999 album attracts delays for Pac today. Today, the Outlaws are suing Death Row and still mourning the loss of Tupac and member Gaddafi. Both of them were unalive. For some, the Outlaws are the last link to Tupac and his legacy. That's why their debut is a do-or-die situation. They have to protect Tupac memory with a stellar album. They also need to prove why they're worthy of the affiliation with Pac. Like their mentor, the members of the Outlaws are associated with the West Coast, even though they hail from the East. Castro, who was Pac's cousin, grew up in New York with EDI in the late 70s. Gaddafi was Pac's godbrother. After Tupac worked with Castro, EDI, and Gaddafi in 1992, developing them as artists in their own right, Gaddafi's mother kept telling Pac how a kid she knew could rap well and that he was there. Both of his parents were unalived in front of him. Pac heard the story of how he came up and it brought him to tears, EDI recalled. He was like, I got to meet this guy. He sounded like he got to be with us. Pac clicked with the rapper he later named Napoleon and invited him to join the group in 1994. Gaddafi was also grown up with Fatal, who he introduced with Pac and initiated into the crew in 1995. Young Noble, who had grown up around the members in Montclair, Jersey, joined in 1996. Other artists such as Mussolini and Cormani have been associated with the Outlaws, although none of them are in the studio in the works of the new album in this June evening. Fatal, who released the 1998 album In the Line of Fire, seemed to be the only non-president member who was affiliated with them. Nothing really happened to Fatal, EDI said. He's still family. He's doing a little time right now. He definitely going to be on our album. We're on this album. On Rap a Lot. He chose to do his solo thing. He's a grown man, and we're not going to stop him. The core of the family is still together. And he also says here, it's a family that's been recording together for more than 5 years. Back then, EDI, Napoleon, and Castro almost signed an Interscope as Dramacidal. But the deal got nixed when Tupac was about to get out of jail in 1995. Tupac was super loyal to Death Row, marrying Suge Knight for bailing him out, and he interacted with Death Row more than Interscope once he got free. But his loyalty to the Outlaws never wavered. He featured them on both of his 1996 albums, All Eyes on Me and Don Cluminati, The 7 Day Theory, is set as Machiavelli. After the tragic death of their leader, the Outlaws found their career in limbo. We were in the mix and we were in the process of signing and we thought we was going to be on Death Row, Castro asserted. But then when he passed away, everything got effed up. We moved away from California for a minute. As time passed, everybody was mourning. But there was something that brought us to Death Row. We saw Pac's situation with them. In our eyes, he was on Death Row. So we got on to be on Death Row. It wasn't like Death Row was banging out the door. Even though a lot of labels were, we banged down Death Row door and they were like, come rock with us. Napoleon also said, we were confused. We were like, Pac rode for Death Row, so we want to go back to Death Row and ride. Because after Pac died and Suge got locked up, they were down in Death Row. They wanted to ride for them and bring them back. Because basically that's what Pac was doing. But as time went by, we wanted to do our own thing. It isn't anything personal against Suge, and Suge don't have nothing personal against us. We never disrespected him, and he never disrespected us. But it got to a point where we wanted our own label. How can we work with someone who's locked up? At any rate, Rap-A-Lot Records, Lil J was the only label owner who would record the Outlaws, placing them on the Ghetto Boys 1998 album, The Good, The Bad, The Ugly. Although it was rumored that Rap-A-Lot had signed the Outlaws, they are now or not say they're not on the label. Even though they say Death Row and Rap A Lot almost worked out a deal almost a year ago. Okay. That's interesting. So there's some more stuff going on with this article here. They're basically going in detail about the lawsuit. They was basically going also in detail on recording with Pac and stuff and how they got their names and their Black Panther background. They had a little chip on their shoulder because you got to keep in mind around that time period Diddy was running the game and nobody wanted to work with anybody associated with the West Coast or Tupac for that matter. So they was in limbo for years. It's when they started getting the pop rights and they start getting that whole deal with Afeni and Suge straightened out is where the pop music started coming out and they started really seeing some light. But they definitely had a chip on their shoulder and they probably still do. I'm pretty sure Napoleon does. But the rest of these guys, I mean, it was a crazy time, man, them 2000s, man. That's why I miss magazines, bro. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Subscribe, hit the like button. Peace.